Welcome back to Pawplexity, a podcast about how living with dogs
and cats
keeps rewriting the way we live, we think, and we try to figure things out. One German,
one Brit,
and one American.
3 very different dogs, and 3 humans still learning. So we talk about behavior, instincts, mistakes, heartbreak, hilarity, and the complicated and beautiful chaos of sharing your life with a pet. We don't have all the answers, but we are here to explore the questions. I'm Annika, and today we're talking about something that sounds small, but can be all-consuming if not going the way you want, when your dog doesn't eat. We're not talking about illness or emergencies, but about our expectations, the motivation for refusing food, about preferences, about patience, and many other things. Bruce and Ben are here with me to talk about what mealtimes actually looks like in their daily lives. Hi, Bruce. Hi, Ben.
Oh yeah, how's it going?
Hi, everybody. Thanks for listening.
So we talk about food. We all do it several times a day. We fill the bowl. We expect great things. We put it down, and then sometimes it just nothing happens. And when nothing happens, that moment can really be horribly long. Do you remember the first time your boys didn't eat, or did that never happen in your house?
Don't remember the first time he didn't eat, but like I remember he's done it so many times, and I think like so many other people out there, it's like, oh God, what do we? You panic because you're like, he needs to eat. Yeah, I mean, don't remember the first time, obviously, but yeah, it is a panic, isn't it?
Yeah, but you do remember the worry. So
yeah, of course,
yeah,
of course, yeah.
Yes, I remember. It was the first time we fed him. He didn't eat, and yeah. So, and I bought the food that they recommended, and I bought a gigantic bag of it, and I guess he just didn't like it. So I had to start switching him right away, and threw out all that food and wasted it. But he's always been a very picky eater.
Well, for you just answered my next questions, but for Ben, how long did you wait to do something before you realized that is actually a problem for you or maybe for him? And then how long did it take for you to take action?
I don't know. I think at the beginning, I sort of like, it's probably my own fault as a puppy. Like when he's scrounging around your feet, and you'll get give him a little bit of salmon off your here and there, and things like that. He kind of gets an acquired taste. I mean, in the beginning. I switched from food to food to food. And then he'd get bored, and then I'd move on to another food, raw biscuits, and then it's like just endless switches. And then now he's settled. Now he knows what he's going to get. He knows he's going to enjoy it, and that's it. If he doesn't eat, I know he likes it, so it's just a matter of waiting.
How, when you say you switched so many times, how long did you wait until you switched? Was it always like 2-3 weeks, or was it sooner?
Maybe a few days. Yeah. I mean, a few days and he's not eating his food. I'm like, yeah, move on to something else. Yeah, a bit of a nightmare at the beginning.
What did you do with all the rest? Because you can't just buy like tiny packages of food, can you?
I mean, like when I lived in Toronto, I lived in a dog-friendly building again, so it was just a case of seeing if friends wanted the food, and then just handing it over to them. It wasn't a waste. It was given away, but yeah. And then other friends would give you other food to try, like try this raw food.
Yeah.
He ate the raw food. He ate that for 2 weeks, and he was like, nope, something else now.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
And for
Yeah.
Judge, did he like the food you chose for him immediately, or was it a couple of tries?
No. To be honest with you, so I changed his food. I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you all the different brands and everything. I also did the raw diet too. I did not like the raw diet because like the food just smelled so horrible. And, after he eats, he goes to the couch and he rubs his head, like all around. Like that's how he wipes his mouth. The couch is his like towel. And, I couldn't do, I had after he ate the raw food, I had to wipe his mouth for him because I couldn't deal with that smell of getting onto the couch. So he liked it, but then he stopped liking that also. It wasn't 2 weeks, but it was probably like 3 or 4 months. And also, if
Okay.
I forgot to thaw it out, it was a problem,
Yeah.
like, because it comes frozen. So that was a headache. And, but really, he really started to like the food when we moved to London. I got him Lily's,
Hmm.
and he loved Lily's. So shout out to Lily's. We can't get it over here. If you guys want to sponsor us, um, go
Yes,
right
please.
ahead. Yeah, this is all unpaid, but yeah, he loved Lily's, and when we moved back, we started shipping it from there. But that was kind of a pain because it took like 2 or 3 weeks for it to get over here or longer. So if we weren't up to, date with when we needed his food,
Yeah.
we would miss it and have to get him something in between, which happened a couple of times. And now we're on the farmer's dog, which he likes, which is basically like people food.
Okay.
It's like
So
the
it's like
butternut
cooked
box,
chicken,
I think.
beef. Yeah, it comes in. It also comes like frozen in like these little bags.
Hmm.
So, sometimes I forget, but then I just put it in hot water and it pretty much thaws out pretty quickly. He might have to wait a few minutes, but that stuff he's been eating.
So Mackenzie now likes, we discovered a new German brand, which is called Fidelis. And it's freshly cooked food. I think it's human
Yes.
grade. And it comes
Yes,
in a
that's this.
glass. So it doesn't come
Oh,
frozen,
nice.
but it comes in a glass. And now she expects to eat,
So no
she only likes things that
microplastics.
comes from a glass. So no more plastic for us.
Oh, really? I was about
Yeah.
to say, Kenzie's going to be a difficult one.
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
an interesting food journey, to be very honest.
Yeah.
So very
Yeah,
similar to yours. So we started
yeah.
switching food. She came with, we were given like a bag of food that she was used to where she grew up. And then she
Mhm.
came and we were told to as you were told, like to switch it out within 10 days, like increase the other new food that
Yeah,
you want to.
gradually. Yep.
Yeah. And she didn't really like it. And in the beginning, it was super difficult. I don't really recall. I remember I wanted to cook for her, which I tried once. Then there was, because we were in Seattle, this super dog friendly, and there was a new food company that were cooking. So you could watch them cook your dog's food,
Hmm.
and they would sell fresh food. And she didn't like it. She liked the shop because she was given a treat every time, like homemade treat every time we walked by, but she didn't like what they cooked. So they had for puppies potatoes and fish and something, which smelled really nice. I would eat it. It smelled really nice, but she didn't really like it. So, and it took us a couple of times to figure out that for her favorite consistency is dry, so kibble. And she doesn't like fresh because I do think she gets her mouth dirty, similar to Judge, and she doesn't want it to wipe. So she doesn't want the food to touch her mouth. So at one point, I ended up doing the butternut, the freshly cooked in London, making like tiny little balls, like tiny little meatballs, distribute them along the plate so that if she picks one, she doesn't touch the other, set them apart just enough. And then she would eat.
She is
But
something
it was
else.
really not. It was
I wouldn't expect
sustainable.
anything less. I wouldn't expect anything less. I knew that, yeah, like she's just a diva,
Very
isn't
specific. I really don't like that her favorite consistency is kibble. She goes back to kibble every single time. But it is what it is. I feel like I
Well,
give her junk food.
they make the like it's so the thing with the kibble is that they cook it so hot that it
Yeah.
basically kills all the nutrients.
Yes.
But they do now make it's like they cook it at a lower temperature for a little longer. And I was giving that before Farmer's Dog, that's what Judge was eating. So they still, because they actually sometimes they do say that the kibble helps clean their teeth. So
Yeah,
that the
because
kibble
of
is
the
actually good
consistency.
for, because
Yeah.
because they eat it like with their teeth and then it actually helps clean their teeth. So I don't know. Right now he's just eating that like, the fresh
The
food.
fresh
So
food.
it's not kibble. But I do get his teeth cleaned every year. He has to go soon for that too. What was
And you
it
just
was butter
losing
what?
weight.
Was the one in London?
Butternut?
Yeah, he tried
Yeah.
that, and he threw up right after he ate that.
Ooh.
Oh,
So I never
jeez.
gave it to him again, and I only gave him a little bit because I've changed his food so many times. I
Yeah.
know you have to do like little by little. Do like quarter of the bowl with the new food, and then work up to half, and then 3/4, and then you finally switch him over. And like right after the first time he ate, he like threw up. I was like, all right, we're not trying that anymore.
That's not the best review. Well, apart
No.
from that, I only know dogs who really liked
But
it.
Farmer's Dog, you're good. You can sponsor us too.
Yes. We take anyone.
We'll take anyone.
But you know what? For Mackenzie, this like slowly changing foods that never worked because she doesn't like and I don't know how she understands that these are two different kinds of food mixed, even two different kind of kibble. She's like, no, I'm not eating it if you mix it. She's a bit like Monk. Do you remember the TV series Monk, where you have to
Yeah.
have peas and potatoes and everything separate on the plate? Then she eats it. But if you mix anything, or if you put like
She never-
salmon on top, or anything that is not the way it should be originally from the package, she's not eating it. It's like, no.
Oh my God.
So in the beginning, I would mix, and then she would be like, no, thank you, I don't want it. So I would like sort them apart again. And then if it's two piles, she would eat. It's,
She's
That's how I
insane.
am. I don't like my grandfather used to tell me it all goes to the same place, and I'm like, I don't want it touching. My wife
Yeah,
calls me
because
Monk all the time.
Okay. Well, good to know. What about pasta though? Pasta and sauce?
Oh yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's
That's
if
fine.
it's supposed to be like together, but like if I have like pasta with like, you know, like spinach, I don't like the pasta sauce getting on the spinach. Like if
So
it's
you
a
and
side
Kenzie
dish. Yeah, me and
cook
Kenzie,
together.
we get along. That's why she likes me.
That's sweet. One of the many reasons. But do you remember? Because I feel sometimes that swapping foods so fast can create a problem rather than solve it, to be very
Yes.
honest, because I'm always trying to be 5 steps ahead and to make her as comfortable as I can. So did you ever come across that thought?
Yeah, absolutely. Because sometimes you don't know like why he's not eating, and if you change it too fast, then that could also cause, you know, stomach issues on top of everything. But yeah, he's special too. Right, Judgy? He's looking at me. He knows I'm talking about him.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, yeah, no, it's that I'm less. I won't change his food nowadays. You know, he's 7 years old. So he's it's now to the point where I know what he likes and what he eats. I'm not going to change his food again. So if he doesn't
Yeah.
eat now, I'm like, okay, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, yeah,
You've tried enough to know.
I've tried enough. I know. Yeah, he's not having changed food anymore. He has nature's diet, I think. I think that's what it's called, which is just like rice and chicken in a
Mhm.
dish. Yeah, he's pretty good
Yeah,
at that.
he's
Are you guys also suckers for feeding off your plate?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tatiana
Yeah.
does it all the time. So
Yeah.
actually, he's got a little bit of an upset stomach right now because Tatiana gave him food yesterday. And, you know, whatever she eats, they have to have a little piece. She always saves a little bit for them at the end.
Got
So
it.
she
If
spoils
it,
them.
yeah, I use exactly that. I usually leave a little bit at the end so he can have a little piece.
Oh, but you wait until the end, until you're done.
Oh yeah. No, I'll wait till I'm done. Yeah, I won't share my food with him. I would just have like literally a tiny scrap at the end, so so he feels involved.
Yeah, she
It's just
waits till the end,
mental.
but she's also feeding him the whole way through.
Oh
I'm
God,
actually going to be
okay.
cooking for him in a little bit. I'm going to make him some ground beef to see if he's just being picky or if, you know, something else is going on with him.
But you see, that is one of the points. Like, food can be emotional for dogs as well. It's not just us humans who stress eat or refuse food or feel like cravings. I think dogs have this. There is
Yeah.
research around dogs being emotional around food as well, like refusing to eat when
Mhm.
stressed, eating more when stressed. As you said, Bruce, you've been away, so it's not that they are punishing you, but there should be something going on emotionally. So he expresses it through food. One
Mhm.
way to express it is not eating or being unhappy enough to not wanting to eat, which is interesting. Is a thought that I had to learn to think about because I didn't think dogs would be emotional around food. I always thought they're always hungry and they would always eat until Mackenzie came. And that it was very clear that, yes, she's always hungry, but she's not always eating. And we had one of our worst moments, I want to say, is when she was tiny and she was sick. And I called the vet and said, well, she's throwing up. What am I going to do? She's not eating. And they said, well, just give her plain yogurt from a spoon and she will like it. And ever since then, she was, let's say, 5 months, 6 months old, maybe. So ever since that, she liked it so much that anything in that consistency, like fresh food, like yogurty, creamy, that is not in kibble form, has to come from a spoon now, which is why we spoon feed her the fresh food. And
Oh
she
God.
eats like a human, and that way she loves to eat fresh food.
Wow.
Well, Mackenzie is something else.
Yeah, Yeah, but the thing for her is that, and it took me so long to figure this out, I thought she was super picky around food. She didn't like it. She did to not to be annoying, but to express something that she didn't know how else to express. And it took me, I want to say 2.5 years or so to figure out that for her, food is connection in the sense that she wants not to eat alone. Because most dogs, they have their bowl across from a wall. So they have like out of the way in the kitchen, wherever in the hallway, and
Yeah.
they eat with their face in the bowl against the wall. And she's just, she doesn't like it that way. So for her, I hold the ball and then she eats from the bowl. So we sit down, I hold the ball, she eats from it, or I spoon feed her. But she eats everything I give her when there is connection for her. She's very Italian that way, I want to say.
That's a good point. I never thought about that. Yeah, his bowl it's not necessarily like in the middle of nowhere. It's in the middle of the room, but it is up against the wall. So, yeah, that does. Maybe I'll pull it out from him when I feed him.
And it can be stressful because you don't know what's going on behind you. There may be movement. So she doesn't like people to walk around. And then whenever she's like distracted, she would stop eating from this bowl. I'm like, why? She would be so distracted that she couldn't concentrate on eating. And then I realized, okay, let's turn it around so that her back is facing the wall. But that didn't make much of a difference either. So the holding the ball really was the moment where she was like, yeah, I'm eating everything you want. And she stopped being difficult around food from that moment. You could say it is difficult that you have to hold the ball every time you feed her. But for me, it's like, it's 5 to 10 minutes twice a day.
Yeah.
And it's something there where I can build connection with her. So it's the same as taking the time to play or going outside on a walk. So for me, it's not as difficult to do. I kind of like it. It feels like maybe I don't know. It feels like connection for me as well.
Yeah.
So I kind of
yeah,
like
I've done
her
that
me
with him
time.
when he was younger. I actually fed him out of my hand. I would just scoop the food up out of the bowl, and because they kind of said that that's like a way to actually create a bond.
Yeah.
We did that as well. And then at one point I felt like I have everything. I have like raw salmon, I have cooked chicken, I have everything in my hand. I don't want it in my hand. So I tried holding the bowl just to protect my hands from whatever she wanted to eat. And then I realized it's not even the hand. It's just that you being there and just like being together. And have Bowie's feeding habits changed or eating habits changed since you moved in with the cousins? Other than being more concentrated?
He eats much more consistently now. When it's just him in the apartment, I can put his food down and he won't touch it until like an hour later. But when it's dinner time here, it's dinner time. And he's straight away, he's never not eating his dinner here, so that's good.
So competition can do the trick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it the same for Judge now with the siblings around?
Yeah, so he likes to eat everyone's food, and so I have to put Nipsey's food where he can't get it, and Max eats separately. But yeah, like so because I feed them separately, I feel like he doesn't necessarily think he's like under threat by anyone. But if Max is out, Max will run right over to his bowl and start eating his food, and then Judge gets angry and he'll growl at him. He'll be like, "My food."
Yeah.
But does Max understand yet? I mean, he's tiny, right?
You know what? Max doesn't. I think in Max's head, like if I could be in his head, he's just always happy. He'll just jump on Judge and Judge will growl, but he doesn't, like, he just does it again. And Judge will like snap at him and he still, like, he doesn't get the point that Judge is not happy with him. I don't know if he doesn't understand or if he doesn't care or if he's just so happy. But yeah, he definitely doesn't seem to understand it.
And what does Judge escalate further?
He's gotten a little, like, he's gone after him a couple of times, but that's really what they're supposed to do anyway.
Yeah,
like, that's how they learn boundaries.
Yeah.
And that's how they do it. Like I learned that from my friend with their Rottweiler when he got close. I thought the thing was going to eat him, and but he just growled, and then Judge got the hint. I remember that day. I was so scared. My friend's wife was like, "It's okay. He's not going to do anything. He'll just growl, and Judge will get the point." I was like, "Oh, what if he eats him?"
So, but Max doesn't get the point, it seems.
No, he doesn't get the point. Maybe if Judge was bigger, I don't know. Maybe he's not afraid of Judge. I don't know.
Or maybe if they didn't live together, right? Because there's a difference between a relationship, like a sibling relationship, or a friend that you meet every now and then.
Yeah, like Max 100% loves Judge. He cuddles next to him. He always has to be like, whenever they're out together, he's next to Judge. That's his buddy.
That is so cute.
It is pretty cute. Judge is like, get away from me. You know, he's like the angry older sibling.
But he has been an only child for such a long time, so it must be a lot to digest on his part.
Yes. And then all of a sudden, we got a cat, and then a year and a half later, a dog, and then another cat. So he's like, what's going on over here?
Am I not enough for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, I was going to say, well, how do you guys approach treats and stuff?
Difficult. I'll let you go first, Bruce.
When Judge was younger, I used them for training. So I didn't give him many outside of training. But yeah, like now he has possession aggression. So when he gets something that he's not supposed to have, I still have to save something for that. So we use, if I say it, he's going to hear it. But, you know, those dental chews.
Oh, yeah.
So we have those, and we call those cupcake kisses.
Okay.
And if that's like high priority treat. If he has something that he's not supposed to have, I'll say that he'll drop whatever, and he comes running to the cabinet, to the treat cabinet. But yeah, I mean, I give them treats here and there. I try not to give them too much because I like them to be for something special.
Yeah.
I mean, you might
have Bowie as a treat, Annika.
Does Bowie have a treat hierarchy? Because to be fair, when Makenzie arrived and we went to puppy school, to puppy play, we had a trainer coming in who was amazing, but they all said, well, the most important thing to determine is the treat hierarchy, the treat pyramid. Like, what is the most high value treat and what is the lowest? Because then you know what to use when in a certain stage in training. And Makenzie doesn't have a hierarchy. Like one day it's kibble and the next day it's raw fish.
I mean, yeah, no, he has his treats that are like that he'll go absolutely mad for, like the big chews, but with like dried meat round them. That's his like absolute best one. But usually he's just, if I say treat, anything, absolutely anything. He's just absolutely anything. Like it doesn't matter. He can go into the treat cupboard. He's gonna wait. He just go mad for anything, to be honest.
But he always performs. He always does what you expect him for a treat.
100%. He'll do what I ask. He'll come back. He'll do anything I want for a treat.
So for Makenzie, it's like, well, I know the treats that you have. So recall is our worst because she knows exactly what is expected of her. But if you don't have what she wants in that moment, and you cannot know until you've shown her, which is wrong, right? I don't want to blackmail her. So it's not like I want to show her the treat and then ask her to do something and then blackmail her into performing. But she's a personality that can't even be blackmailed because she likes surprise, but she doesn't come back for anything. So she needs to know what you have. And if in that day, in that moment, it feels like something she wants, she will come back. But if it's not something she likes, she will not do anything at all. It's like, and you cannot know until you try. It's the weirdest thing. And I try to explain it to trainers over and over again. It's like, no, she must have a treat hierarchy. It's very easy to figure out. Just pay attention. Like I'm paying attention, so much attention. There is no hierarchy for her. Like what she really likes is magic. For that, she comes back every single time. But how do you produce magic in the sense that it's unexpected for her? So throwing water is magical for her. But if she recognizes the bottle after the second watch, she's like, no, I know how that works. I know the bottle. I know the spray pattern. I know everything. So it's no longer interesting. And if you just take another bottle with a similar shape, it's not interesting. It needs to be something with a different spray pattern entirely. And it cannot be water 3 days in a row because even then it's boring.
She's just too smart for her own good, isn't she?
Yeah. And I wouldn't say she's not food motivated, but it's not the most important thing.
Yeah.
For her.
So she doesn't have like a favorite of anything?
No, because whenever I feel like, oh, now I know it's peanut butter, I try peanut butter for like the easiest things. And she's like, no, today I don't like peanut butter. Thank you.
So you have to, I think you have to find something that she likes, but don't give it to her often. Just give it to her once in a blue moon.
I know, but even then, it's like, I know we tried all these things. It's like keep one thing super, super special, like Gruyere cheese. Keep it super special. But if that day she doesn't feel like Gruyere cheese, it doesn't really matter. She will not do anything. It's
Oh my
for her.
God.
It's I don't know. It's
Well, thank God he likes these cupcake kisses things, so
Oh yeah. I
he'll
mean,
come for
yeah,
those. But with his recall, it was hard in the beginning. He would never, like, we would have to have treats and everything. Sometimes he would come, sometimes he wouldn't. And I remember, like, when Cassia started walking him, I was
yeah.
like, do not let him off the lead. He'll run away. And like the first day, there's like, I see videos of him running around Mud Shoot Park. And then she came back. She's like, his recall is perfect. He came right back when I called him. I'm like, well, not me. I'm like,
Yes.
I have to run after him. I have to, like, jump through hoops to get him to come back. But, other people, he just comes running back to.
She's the same. With Kasha, she was free all the time in Matshoot because she would just return. I think it's a bit of the group setting. She's more like, I want to stay with the group, I want to play, I want to interact. But
Mm-hmm.
also, I think Kasha just has this natural authority that Makenzie respects more, maybe in this setting. So I
Yeah,
do think
our
she would
pets don't
choose me
respect us.
for a home. Like, I think, but I talked about, with Kasha, I talked about it because I was so embarrassed that Makenzie would just never listen to me. But there was a moment where I felt really embarrassed. I'm like, I'm sorry, Kasha, usually when you're not around, we are a bit better. And she's like, no, it's completely normal because it's the same with children, parents, and teachers.
yeah.
Usually children and teachers, they work well together because they have just a different kind of relationship. And kids and parents, dogs and parents, it's just the same. So they have more leeway at home with you as a guardian. So it must be that. It's just like there is more love, less, not less expectations, but it's a different kind of relationship. So she said
Mm-hmm.
kindly not to be too embarrassed, which I still was, but especially because for her, everything works. Like when Kasha is involved, everything always works. So it's even more embarrassing.
Oh, it makes sense though, doesn't it? Makes sense that relationship when you compare it to kids and their parents. It's like there's it's not a lack of respect. Well, it's kind of a lack of respect, but it's like
A different
that
kind of respect,
yeah,
maybe.
it's a different kind of respect. They know they can get away with things when they're
Yeah,
the parents. Yeah,
unfortunately, all the time. I
yeah.
do want to say I'm very structured, and in theory, there's always a plan, but the reality is just like love overrides everything, and then theory and
Oh yeah, yeah,
structure
yeah.
goes out the window,
100%.
which is the same at mealtime, because I think most people would say, or most trainers would say, do hand feed in the beginning, but then once you're all up and running in your schedule and routine, don't deviate from it in the sense that don't make a fuss about food, which I think all three of us prove to to not be the only way to feed. So if
No.
your boys could describe mealtime in your house, what would they say about it?
Mealtime.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's his favourite part of the day, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, yeah, definitely his favourite part of the day. He wakes up, he goes down to breakfast. He knows the word breakfast.
He does, of
He knows
course.
the word dinner. He knows how they're different because he has two small meals a day rather than one big meal. I know some people do one. I don't know what you guys do. Do you one big meal or
Two.
two big? Two,
Too.
two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, he loves it. Sometimes like if I'm leaving him with my parents when I'm going up to London or something, my dad is absolute nightmare. My dad, honestly, the two dogs he's got, he just treats like absolute kids. And
So
he'll
like
come
you
down and
and your
like very
brothers.
cute. Like this is dad who would never get another dog, but now he's got a German Shepherd and a Labradoodle, and he's absolutely in love with them. And he'll come down and he'll be
That's how it always happens.
like I was cooking myself some minced meat the other day, so I'm gonna have some minced meat and some. He was like, "What are you doing with that?" I'm like, "I'm just cooking myself." He says, "That's my dogs." Like what, minced meat. And he's like, "Yeah, no." He's filled the fridge with minced meat. He comes down and makes them mince in the morning. And I'm like, they
That's
don't
that's what I'm making for Judge in a little bit.
like, but I'm just like, yeah, that's fair. Like, once it, as a little treat or something. But they don't care at the end of the day, do they? They're just sort of like, it's so wasted. But yeah, But
I
Bowie
think,
has very nice mealtime when he's here.
yeah, I think it's Judge's favorite time of
Oh
year too.
yeah,
I'd say
oh yeah,
it's favorite
Bowie.
time of day.
Yeah, 100%.
Sweet for both of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
I just realized while you were sharing that, it's like in London, she had one big meal in the evening because that's usually when we would eat in the evening. But here, I'm embarrassed to say, we now eat at the couch because it's more comfortable. In the beginning, it was because we didn't have a dining table when we moved, and now it's like it just stayed that way. So we eat on the couch. Obviously, she's on the couch, so
Yeah.
obviously she expects to be included, which is also nice. So I feed her, I hold my plate, and I hold her plate. She eats from her bowl, I eat from my plate. But now she's eating 2 meals because we eat 2 meals with her, and she wants to
Yeah.
be included. And so whenever we are in Munich in the other apartment, we have like what's a bistro table, so a higher table, and she kind of take part in the meal. And she is really, really upset for not being allowed to join us. She wants to be included in the meal time. Really, yeah.
Yeah, when I come home with like takeaway, it's he knows it's food in the bag, and he gets all excited like he's gonna eat too, and I'm like, no, this isn't for
Oh yeah,
you.
no, yeah,
But of course, he always gets some from Tatiana, so
I just wanted to ask.
it is actually probably for him.
No, he's Bowie's been told he needs to. Well, when I took him to the vets the other day for his leg, he's been told he needs to lose a bit of weight as well now. So he's on a bit of a diet.
Yes.
So
Good
I've given
idea.
my parents strict rules because I say to them every time, like, don't feed him, don't give him too many treats and stuff. And then I was like, Mum's like, no, I won't. And I walked into the room the other day and Mum's giving him a digestive biscuit, human digestive. I'm like, stop. That's pure butter.
Oh man.
Bowie's loving his life,
Yeah,
obviously.
of course.
Yeah. It's funny. It's so with me, it's the in-laws. It's my father-in-law. So he gives whatever he's eating all the time, constantly, all day long. He's constantly giving the dog stuff. And Judge, I don't know if this is the reason, but Judge always had like stomach issues, and they lived with us for a little while. And I think it was just because he was giving him so much stuff all the time that he just always had stomach issues. Because now he's fine. Like now his stomach issues are gone. He eats normally. So it was probably just the amount of non-dog food that he was getting from my father-in-law. And it was like I would ask him nicely too. I'd be like, please, he has like a upset stomach, please don't give him anything. And then on top of it, there's things that they shouldn't have, like garlic and onions if it's in the food.
Yeah.
But like we would have some kind of like pasta and it would have garlic and onions in it, and he's giving Judge the noodles, and I'm like, stop, there's garlic, there's onions in it, like you're gonna hurt him. But I guess that made Judge stronger.
Exactly.
Yeah, in our house, it's Tobias, who's always the weakest link because he loves sharing the Italian food. I think the two of them connected over Italian mealtime a lot.
Kenzie probably knows that she'll get stuff
Yeah.
from Tobias. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
with us, we call it sucker number 1 and sucker number 2. So Tatiana's sucker number 1 because she always gives Judge stuff. But when she's done eating, it's amazing. He comes running over to me, and so I'm sucker number 2 because I don't usually give him stuff as much. So he knows to go to Tatiana first, but when she's done, he knows I'm the only other option left. So he comes running over to me, and it's amazing how he knows that.
He won't come to me. He'll come to me as a last resort.
I'm his last resort.
Yeah. Straight to my mum, and then he just stares at her intently. Stares, and then but you've probably seen it, you two guys as well. Like he'll sit, but then he'll like lean his head forward slowly, and put his face forward, like as if that's going to make a difference. He sits politely though. He waits.
He does.
But yeah, it's sometimes hard to resist him, isn't it?
He could be jumping. He could be sitting politely. It depends. It's all different. We have a higher table also, so he can't get anywhere near it. And I don't know if he would get near a regular table either because he's so small, but he definitely can't get anywhere near this. So he knows he's got to wait for someone to either drop something or give him something. So he usually waits pretty patiently, but he can get a little antsy, especially when I first bring the food over to the table. He's jumping at me, like trying to get food as I'm walking it over. He can even hear the plates. So I'll be cooking.
Oh, yeah.
And he knows I'm cooking food. He knows there's food around. But when I get the plate, he starts going crazy because he could hear the plate. He knows that's what we eat off of, and he just knows that's when it's ready. He's like, now the food's ready to be eaten, and so he'll start going crazy when he hears the plate, like when he hears we get the plates out of the cabinet. It's amazing how smart they are.
Oh yeah.
Makenzie starts positioning herself on the couch. So she has a little corner of the couch where there's her bed on top. And then whenever somebody's walking towards the kitchen and it's about like dinner time, which is roughly the same time here, she's like, okay, I'm going to sit nicely on the side of the couch because I know in about 20 minutes food is ready. It's like clockwork for her.
Yeah, I had to stop eating on the couch because of him. Yes, you. He's staring at me. He totally knows I'm talking about him.
Sorry, Judgy. So if somebody who's listening is having problems with meal times or difficulties, what would be your advice or your thing to point out to help?
Yes, let us know in the comments.
No, you're asked about advice, so you need to give advice, Bruce. What would be your advice?
I have to give the advice? I have no
Yes.
advice.
At the moment, yes. You have no advice, no idea, no.
I mean,
yeah.
I've done so many different things, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. You got to find what's good, what works for your dog, and right now he's good with his food, but this morning he didn't eat, so who knows? Maybe he's starting to. He has in the past he's had a habit of liking something for a little while, and then after a few months he stops liking it. So we might be hitting that point. I don't know. We're gonna find out shortly. He's only been having farmer's dogs since like about October.
Oh, would be about the cycle.
Yeah, this could be the cycle. I don't know. I mean, I tried to get him. They offer different kinds of meat, so it's like chicken, beef, and turkey. So I try to mix it up for him, so at least it tastes a little different. But who knows? Maybe he's getting sick of one of them. I have to figure it out. See, so even for someone with a dog of 8 years, it's still there's always something new.
What about you, Ben?
Yeah, I don't know. Find a food your dog likes, and if he eats it for the first, if he or she eats it for the first 1 or 2 weeks, then that's fine. If they start not eating it, they will eat it eventually. They won't starve themselves, right? Like, one thing
I don't know. He goes pretty long without eating sometimes.
Yeah, but like we give in before they get to the point where they want to eat.
Oh,
you know what? I was given that advice, just like give her the food you want her to eat because she will eat eventually.
Yeah.
And for her, she can go 3 days without eating. And at that point, I stopped the experiment because and she was a puppy at that stage. And like, it is a very long time. I don't feel comfortable. So I think the emotional impact is on the human first.
Oh, 100%. I mean, if it's 3 days, then give in. But if it's like a day, I mean, not even a day. I mean, I mean, the longest I've left it there has been like a full day, and he'll go over to in the evening and be like, "Yeah, do you know what? I'm hungry now." It's just it's our own fault for giving them these nice things every now and then from the table, giving them a bit of your food because they're like, I don't want this because I know you're going to have that.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the worst thing. So any advice, that would be the advice. Don't give your dogs table scraps. Yeah.
Because it can also be unhealthy. But I would take it a little further, so include that. But also my point would be, so food also can be this emotional connection. So the food, obviously, choose the quality you want, try to find out the consistency they like, because it can be, just because we think freshly cooked is the best consistency, it doesn't mean that they like it. So that is something to look for. And then maybe the setting is something that stresses them. Maybe there's noise, maybe there's the vacuum cleaner going during mealtime, maybe there's too much commotion behind the back. So I would always go to setting, like food, setting, and then emotional connection if you have somebody like Makenzie, where you need to pay attention to that as well. So that would be my points.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to move the bowl. I'm going to try that.
Perfect. I'm trying to make, because she doesn't eat off her food station anyway. She drinks the water, but I'm trying to make it prettier with put a little picture frames up and all of these things. Obviously for me, because she doesn't go, she eats looking at me.
Yeah.
But I want to make a pretty area.
Oh,
Well,
Picture frames.
yes, it looks very pretty. I'll send you a photo.
She's,
It's like,
she's
why
gotta have
shouldn't she
her.
have?
She's gotta have her friends'
Yes,
pictures all around while
obviously.
she
yeah.
eats.
Yes, why she drinks, because the food again. So I usually kneel down and then I put her bowl on my knees because that is the perfect height for her to eat. So yeah, but maybe I should wear like t-shirts with her friends' photos on it.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, before we go more into these embarrassing eating habits, I wanted to recommend a book for this episode as well. And this one is called What's a Dog For by John Homans. I do hope I pronounce it correctly. So he is a historian and a longtime observer of the human-dog relationship. And the book isn't really about training or behavior fixes. It is, let's say, a reflective, humane look at what dogs mean in our lives. And as we just figured out, it can be many, many, many different things to many different peoples. And it's an idea or a view of what we project onto the dogs. So it stands out to me because it treats dogs as social mirrors, not as objects of optimization. So it's not about improving your dog, but it's more about what does the dog tell you about yourself. And you really don't need to be a bookworm to enjoy it. It's written really nicely, and you will recognize many familiar moments in it. It's a great read for anyone who's ever felt, like me, puzzled or worried or deeply attached to your dog, which is all three of us, without knowing or really realizing why. So it's a really good book. Go check it out. Let us know what you think about it. And then we'd love to hear from you, gentlemen. What would you like to hear from our audience this week?
Just some
I
of
mean,
your struggles that you guys have gone with, growing pains with your food, and how tricky it can be to get your dog happy with their mealtime.
yeah, same. I think we've, just this discussion, we've seen how different all of our dogs' habits are. So it'd be really interesting to hear from all of you guys as well.
Lovely. Yeah, you can message us wherever you hear this podcast. We are on YouTube, on Instagram, on Substack, and wherever you listen to us. So this is Pawplexity, and today we talked about when your dog doesn't eat. Chris and Ben, thank you so much for joining all your stories. We'll be back next time with another everyday moment that turns out to be more complicated or easy, it depends on who you ask, than it looks. It was lovely to talk to you. Thank you, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Bye-bye. Thank you for listening, and remember to pick up after your dog.